Hey, this is Scott at Dan's Camera City, and today I want to talk to you real quick about how I nail exposure for video with two things: zebra stripes and a variable neutral density filter. Now, the reason this is a thing to begin with is the fact that thinking about exposure for video is a little bit different from photography. We usually want our shutter speed to be double our frame rate. So that's kind of locked down. If I'm shooting at 30 frames per second, like I am for this video, I want my shutter speed to be 1/60th of a second. So if I use a faster shutter speed, motion's gonna look weird. It looks kind of stroby and flashy rather than nice and smooth and cinematic. And that's a creative choice. There are times when you might want that. A fast, frenetic fight sequence can be heightened with that kind of a special look to it. But most of the time, we're looking for nice, smooth video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, I'm shooting this video at 30 frames per second. That means my shutter speed is locked down at 1/60th of a second. Now I've got this nice lens on here that opens up to f2.8 that gives me this nice blurred background. If I go outside on a bright sunny day and open up my lens to f2.8, everything's gonna be wildly overexposed. So what am I gonna do to fix that? Two things. First, I need to get a visualization of what that exposure looks like. I'm gonna go into my camera's menus, I'm gonna turn on zebra stripes, and this is gonna show me exactly where in the frame I've got patches of the picture that are overexposed. I'm gonna set that threshold up to about 90, that's about where I like it. Once I've got zebra stripes on, I've got my f-stop set at 2.8 because I want that blurry background. I've got my shutter speed set at 1/60th of a second for nice smooth motion. I've still got an overexposed picture, so I'm going to get out my neutral density filter. Neutral means it doesn't have a color to it. This is just a gray piece of glass. It's like sunglasses for your camera. We're going to keep more light from coming in so we can get that exposure where we want it to be. Variable means I can take this one filter and I can turn it, and it's going to get darker depending on how far I twist that front part of the filter. I'm going to stick this on the front of my lens. I'm going to look at my zebra stripes, look at my scene, and just dial this in until that exposure looks good. Now I've got nice, smooth, cinematic motion with my frame rate worked out with my shutter speed, and I've got that nice soft background with my large aperture on my lens, and I've got spot-on exposure because of my variable neutral density filter. Leave a comment or let us know how it went for you, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.